Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Aneka jati sansarang sandha visang anibhisang Gahakarakang gavesantu dukkha jati punah punang Gahakaraka dittosi punage annakasi Sabbate bhasukha vagha gahakuthang visankhitang Visankhara gatang cittang tanhanang khaya majgati. Dear venerable monks, venerable bhikkhuni, dear Dhamma friends, children, we all are sitting in front of the Buddha. We all are disciples of the Buddha. Whether we monks or nuns or lay devotees, upasaka or upasika, we all are disciples of the Buddha. We all have only one teacher, that's the Buddha. We all have only one Dhamma, that's the Buddha's teaching. We all have only one Sangha, that's the great community of Mahasangha. So it's very fortunate in this thrice blessed day. This is the thrice blessed day. We are at the Minnesota Buddhist Vihara, sacrificed one day, at least one day, of a life for the teachings of the Buddha, to practice. 365 days in a year, at least one day. This is the day that we really able to see that how far we able to control ourselves, how far we able to develop ourselves, how far we progressed our life. This is the day that really we able to evaluate. You all know the birth of the Buddha, the enlightenment of the Buddha, the passing away of the Buddha. It has not happened just by an accident. The Buddha, the sacrificed his life prior to the Buddha for thousands of millions of times. Sacrificed. This word of sacrifice has a so deeper meaning. It's not just easy we able to sacrifice something. The Buddha prior to his attained enlightenment, in that very life, he sacrificed. At the age of 29, he left the palace, and at the age of 35, attained enlightenment. The 6 years, during that 6 years of time, that was the highest sacrifice by any human being of this world. No human being so far has practiced that much thoroughly, deeply, what the Siddhartha Gautama sacrificed and practiced for last 6 years, during his 6 years of time. No human being. In our Tripitaka, it's very, very clearly mentioned, each and every rites, ritual, meditation teachings, he practiced. If somebody read something like Brahmajala Sutra in Digha Nikaya, you could find very briefly mentioned. That's not the full story. There are 1,000 of many more. The Buddha, sometime, even there were teachers, they follow something like a dog, something like a goat. The Buddha also experienced, if I follow like a dog, live like a dog, whether I can be enlightened, whether I follow like a goat, live like a goat, whether I can be enlightened. Each and every system of very severe punishment to his life, torturing to his life, torturing. Eventually, Buddha realized that the self-torture is not the path. You all are sitting here sometime, you also feel, oh, my knees are paining, whether I am self-torturing. No, not this self-torturing. With compared to the Buddha, the sacrifice his life for, and how far he suffered. So our suffering is nothing. Nothing. We cannot even have a 1 degree of millions. We cannot equal with the Buddha sacrifice. So fortunately, the Buddha attained enlightenment. That's a fortunately. And again, fortunately, Buddha delivered the sermons. Why Buddha delivered the sermon? Very well, Buddha could have been very silent without delivering the sermon. Just after attaining enlightenment, he could have been very silent. So something like us, sometime when we have some great knowledge, the knowledge, okay, we don't want to share with somebody, we can be very silent. But Buddha never, he was not silent. Just after attainment of enlightenment under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya in India, what Buddha said? Aneka jati sansaram sandha vissang anibvisang. It's not only this birth. I travel thousands of millions time in this circle of samsara. Not one life. Now I remember that how many lives I have taken the birth and birth and birth and birth. The Buddha had the knowledge, the Pubbhe Nivasa Anussati Jnana. The knowledge which can see the countless births. Countless births.